We'll see how many books I can go through in 24 hours. Hello and welcome to a 24-hour reading challenge. I am going to try to read as much as I can in the next 24 hours, excluding sleep. I will pause the timer for sleep and nothing else. And we're going to see what I can get done. I am both very excited and also not at the same time. So I'm going to be starting a Book Besties reading sprints in a couple of minutes, and I need to figure out what I'm going to read. So I'm going to find that out, and then we're going to start the clock. It's the end of the month, so I'm hoping to get a lot of good reading in. That is the plan. I am technically in the middle of a book, so I should probably finish that first. Or I could put that on pause for later. I don't know where I put the book, though. Okay, so we figured out the start. I'm going to be reading Legs Edge. Words! I know them, I swear. I'm going to be reading Lake's Edge and Forest Fall first. This is a duology. I am very far into this. I'm not loving it. It feels very YA, melodramatic, cheesy, and so on and so forth. But I've been listening to the audiobook on Audible. I'm at chapter 21, and it says I have about 45 minutes left. So I'm going to finish that pretty quickly and then start the 24 hours on the second book so we can start from scratch. So I'll start my hangout with the besties first. I'll tell you what Lake's Edge is about. So it's supposed to be a gothic, spooky vibe where there's this little town and this girl and her brother have something kind of weird going on, and their, I'm assuming, foster mother is not having it. She's all like, you guys are demon child. I don't want anything to do with you. Stop having these nightmares. You're evil, blah, 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 blah. And the mysterious monster man who lives at the fancy whatever in outside the town, I don't know. We're struggling. He comes and whisks them away for some schooling, something or whatever, but there's some haunting thing or something going on. And then they have to help him with their problem. And there's supposed to be a romance. I started this a while ago. I'm not going to lie. And I felt kind of meh about it. And then after 3 or 4 weeks, has it been that long? I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, I've come back and I was all like, oh my goodness, this is so cheesy. So I will say, I don't think that helped my experience with this because I was very confused when I came back, even though I remembered what was going on. The actual feeling of the interactions felt rushed, and I don't know if that was just because it's been so long in between me and the last time I read it, or if it's because things are actually rushed. And I think it's a combination of both, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a, benefit of the doubt, just in case you're interested in it. It might not be as bad as it feels to me. But yeah, we're going to finish this because I'm so close. And then we're going to read the second one because it's only a duology. And I'm not hating it, right? It's okay. It's just not good either. I feel mean. Anyway, we're going to finish this. I'm going to hang out with the besties. And then we're going to start the clock on book 2. Get hyped. Get prepared. We're going to do this. We'll see how many books I can go through in 24 hours after. You get it. I keep repeating myself. Let's just do this. Okay, so I have 3 minutes before we start the hangout, and I am filling out my little book journal card for Lake's Edge, what I ended up reading yesterday, which was a good chunk. It's funny because I do want to say Lake's Edge has a element in it that should be my bread and butter, my pride and joy, my everything. But I'm not loving it. Not loving it, which is kind of sad if I'm being honest with you. Because I don't know. No, it feels like a soap opera. And I will say I am listening to the audiobook, and I wonder if some of that has to do with like the melodramatic way that it's being read. So it's feeling even more over the top than it already is. But yeah, it's okay. Like, it's fine. I feel like I'm just like hating on this book. I'm not hating it. it's a fine read, but I just don't really feel like it's all that great. I wanted way more from it. I felt like I was gonna love this, but I don't. That seems harsh, but anyway, that's where we're at right now. We've got a minute and a half before the hangout begins. Where's my water? I need to hydrate because I have a little bit of a migraine going on, and I think it's because I've only had coffee this morning. So let's get some water. Ooh, I need to fill up my water thing. 1 minute. Let's do this. I just ran all the way to fill up my water. I realize I'm gonna need to hydrate. Hi, Timmy. I guess technically it's later for you. Whew. Gonna be a little sweaty there. Let's see. Okay, so we are starting our first sprint. Be going for a pretty long time. We got 88 minutes left. And I'm going to try and finish Lake's Edge so we can officially start the 24 hours. I'll give you an update later. Okay, so I have officially finished Lake's Edge by Lindahl Clipstone. And in the end, it has focused a little bit more on an element that I wanted more of just in general. And I think moving forward, we're going to have more of that, but we'll see in book 2. But this does mean that I can officially start the 24-hour reading challenge. So let's go ahead and start this bad boy. All right, so we're going to be starting Forest Fall, book 2, the final book in this duology, as our first official book of the challenge. I have about 25 minutes left of this current sprint. So let me just try and make some progress, and I will get back to you when I'm further along. Let's see what we can do. Okay, hi, hello. We're at 21 hours and 30-ish minutes remaining, and I am still working on the first book. I did have to spend a good chunk of the last reading sprint filming the October TBR talking head portion, so I didn't get as much reading last section as I wanted. We have 87 minutes for this current sprint. I am muted, right? Yeah. I always have to double check. I'm so afraid. So hopefully I can make a big dent on this. What are we at? I'm at chapter 9, and it says I have roughly 3 hours left. So not going to be able to finish it in this go. I am liking this more than I liked the first one, but it still has some melodramatic moments, and it's still kind of a meh experience, but it's a great read in terms of like listening to it while doing other stuff. So that is definitely a plus. And like I said, I feel like with all of the setup from the first book makes me a little bit more invested in this one. So we'll see where it takes me. I'm going to continue doing that. I have a bit of a headache, but I just took some medicine, so hopefully that will help. And then this is going to be our last sprint, and after that I will probably like turn off a lot of my lights and try and chill for a bit to help. I feel like I need a little bit of a break, but yeah, this has definitely been fun, and hopefully I can make some good progress. Well, I have just finished the Besties reading sprint. I keep moving everything around. Okay. I am still working on our second book, Forest Fall. We're currently 19 and a half hours left into the 24 hours. And I haven't finished a book yet, but I did spend a good chunk, a little over an hour, filming for a video. And then we also spent half an hour just right now chatting with the besties, another 15, whatever. I spend a lot of time not reading through that. So now that I am officially done with socially stuff, hopefully I can make a lot more progress. I do have a bit of a headache though. So I was kind of thinking of taking a nap and pausing it for the nap because I'm pausing it for sleeping. And I didn't mean naps when I said that, but I also didn't think I was going to get a migraine during the 24-hour readathon. So exceptions can be made. I think we're going to try and make this exception. Yeah, I'm going to treat myself. This is supposed to be a pretty chill weekend. I think I'm allowed to do that. I might lay down just for a little bit, not actually sleep, and that's also okay. But I just kind of want to like turn off some lights, rest my eyes a little bit, and not do too much. So that's kind of the plan. We will officially allow myself to pause right here. And then once I get done with that, I will come back and give you an update and continue working on the book. Okay, so I took a migraine break. I'm feeling a lot better. I actually didn't sleep. I kind of just like laid down for a bit and that seemed to work. Just finished having dinner. It has been a couple of hours. I was on social media, whatever, but we're back at it. So I'm going to resume and we are going to try and finish our first book for the night and then hopefully start a second one before going to bed. Like, that is the plan. I think we can do that. I don't think I'll be able to finish a second one, but we can start it. I think that's possible. So I will keep you updated when I finish this and when I figure out the next thing. Okay, we've got 18 hours left, and I have finished the first book for the challenge, and it was good. I don't know, there was a lot going on. I wasn't as invested in the things as I wanted to be. It went in directions that I didn't necessarily love. I did like some of what it was doing. It was a good book to listen to while I was doing other stuff. That being said, I wanted to start the next book first thing, but your girl is tired. Your girl is tired, exhausted, honestly. I feel like the trip that I just got back from is catching up to me and I need some Z's. So we are going to pause this bad boy again. Oh no. We're going to pause this bad boy again and go to sleep. I'm just going to go to sleep. I don't know how early I'm going to wake up or not. So this might end up taking us 3 days. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I will catch you in the morning when I start the next book and when we restart the timer. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the 24-hour reading challenge. I have 18 hours left of this challenge. I started this a couple of minutes ago while I was getting ready for the day. For the second book, we finished one last night and then I wasn't feeling well. So I paused it. And I laid down and I sat on friggin' social media for more hours than I should when I should have been sleeping. But admittedly, when I finally went to try and sleep, I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't. And that's not normal. I usually fall asleep instantly. Anyway, that's a bummer. But I am awake now. I did figure out what I'm going to read next. We're going to read The Narrow by Kate Alice Marshall. I've read a couple of things from this author before that I really enjoyed, but there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't read from them. So we're trying to go through all of them and see if this is a favorite author, because I feel like it, but I don't really know. So yes, this is an alternate cover from Fox and Wit. The actual cover. One of the things I do like about the alternate cover places is they give you the actual cover underneath. This is the actual cover. I do like the alternate cover. I don't always, which is sad. Anyway, I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to start it, get some percent into it, and then tell you what I think it's about then. So let's do it. Okay, so I am a couple of chapters into The Narrow by Kate Alice Marshall, and I'm enjoying it so far. I think that the characters are in their senior year of high school, and they are at this private academy. They're next to this narrow, really dangerous river, but anybody who tends to fall in dies. And then there's mystery, weird things, going back to the past, trying to understand certain stuff. There's like a whole ghost story thing. So this definitely has, I don't know if I want to say dark academia vibes, even though it does take place on a campus, because there hasn't been really much about education involved within it. But so far, we've got the setup. We're about to start classes, so we might get a little bit more about that. And I think our main character is going to start investigating the history behind certain things, because as she's now in this house, weird things are starting to happen and she wants to know more about it. So that's pretty much the vibe that I'm getting. I am excited and I am enjoying it. Like, I'm interested in what's going on already, and I do want to see where it goes. So that is definitely a plus for the start of this, at least. Okay, hi, hello, reading challenge update. I am 12 and a half hours left of my 24-hour reading challenge, pretty much halfway through. And I'm still just on book 2. So I ended up getting distracted with some separate tasks that I had to do, and I wasn't listening to the audiobook while I was doing that. So I'm only at like 58% into this book, a little past halfway, which isn't looking good. If I'm trying to read a lot, I'm not making the progress I was hoping. So yeah, I'm also feeling very tired, way more tired than I thought I was going to, which is very frustrating, but it is what it is. Things aren't going as planned. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to continue reading The Narrow, which I am enjoying, mind you, even though I did get distracted. It was other stuff that I had to do anyway. And then I just kind of started doing other stuff that I didn't have to. So now I'm going to continue the book, see where things are going. I am interested in finding out. I am enjoying it. I do like Kate Alice Marshall's writing. It is a more sapphic book. I don't know if it's going to have any romance, but our main character is either bi or just a lesbian, as she has interests in several different female characters that we have been brought aware of, which I really like that element, even though I don't think it's a big part of the story yet, but I don't know. We'll see. As for that, I think that's all of the big updates that I have to tell you right now. I think it's just try and continue doing stuff and give you an update once I'm further along in the book. Wish me luck. I would like to finish, I guess, 2 more books. It would be nice to do 4 total. But it's not feeling like that's gonna happen, especially because I'm trying to focus on spooky books because October. But you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna have that much luck. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we have 11 hours to go, and I have finished the second book, which, yay. I'm very glad about this, and I ended up really enjoying it. Not a surprise. Like I said, I've enjoyed Kate Alice Marshall's writing in the past, and this did not disappoint. I'm a fan. I liked it. I liked it. So, yay for me. Now we need to find out what I'm going to read next, because like I said, I want to try reading 2 more books, but can I finish 2 books in 11 hours? I don't know. I don't know. So we're just going to try. Okay, so I found myself some options. I can go with The Woman in the Library, The Woods Are Always Watching, The Vanishing Season, or Slade House. I think I'm going to try and see how long each of them are and pick the shortest 2 in terms of audiobook length, because I am going to continue cataloging books as I'm listening to this. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, hi, hello, updates. I ended up going with The Woman in the Library, which is a murder mystery all about writing novels and figuring things out and friendships and secrets and whatnot. And I'm really excited about it. I ended up not going with what I was expecting. I just went with the first book that I ended up downloading out of the ones that I had picked. So I don't know if this is actually the shortest one, but I'm enjoying it. So whatever. It was taking too long to get the audiobooks for all of them. So like I said, I just went with the first one I was able to get. I currently have a little bit less than 9.5 hours left for the challenge. I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to finish The Woman in the Library. Don't know if I'll be able to finish anything else though. So I will admit the challenge isn't going the way that I was hoping it would, but oh well. I keep getting distracted, honestly. It is what it is. Sometimes I am way more productive with my time. This is not one of them. But we are making progress and I am enjoying the book. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this and at least start another book. Maybe I can get like halfway through another one. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I am being too harsh on myself. But if I'm being honest with you, I kind of want to just chill and watch some YouTube videos instead of listening to my book right now. I imagine I'm not going to utilize the entire 9 hours as I should. But we'll see. We will see. I will give you an update once I'm further along. I'm actually like halfway through this, honestly, and I am liking it. I'm very much invested. I think there's a really cool way of going about it, because just to let you know what this is about, in case you're interested, we have our main character who is a writer, and she goes into the library to work on her story, and she sees a couple of people and she's using them as inspiration when all of a sudden they all hear a scream. And that kind of brings them all together. Later on, they find out that somebody passed away and they're now friends in some weird way, connected and trying to figure out what's going on. And so we're going back and forth between the actual novel and real life. And it's very interesting how that's being done. And I am interested to see where things go. So I am liking it. I'm having a good time, technically. Okay, so I'm not done yet. I'm further into it. I'm at, I think, 68%. And I wasn't as far as I thought earlier. I think I was only at like 40 something percent, 48%. Okay. I'm a little bit further into it and it's pretty wild. Like, yeah. It's I like all of the different threads. It's an interesting mystery. It's funny because it's also very simple in the way that it is set up for the most part. Like, there's nothing amazing about it, right? I also haven't finished it, so like it could crash and burn. But so far, I'm just like thoroughly invested. I am not trying to figure out what, who, done, why, what, where, whatever. I am just listening along, seeing things. I am obviously making some connections, but nothing too obvious, nothing too strong. There's all kinds of possibilities that can happen. I don't know. I'm the type of person who, in stuff like that, psychs myself out because I'll be like, oh, it's too obvious for this, so it's not that. Or maybe they think that it won't be that, so then it is. So I am not a good detective. I would second guess myself out of the correct answer. I do that all the time. But I am enjoying it. I am interested to see where it goes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it tonight, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm at 68%, and we currently have 6 hours left of this reading challenge. And I mean, like, I will pause this when I go to sleep. So I plan on reading until the morning or into the morning before I have to go to work. But I don't know how far I'm actually going to get into things. Okay, we did it. We finished the next book. What is this? This is book number 3? Okay, I'm feeling good. This reading challenge ain't that bad. All right. Okay. So I ended up enjoying this. This ended up being quite a fun time overall. Don't think anything was absolutely amazing, but I just had a good time, right? Just following along, listening to what was happening. I liked the way that the information was provided. Yeah, I liked it. I would recommend. Now, we barely have 5 hours left to get as far into our next book as we possibly can. I'm going to go with The Vanishing Season, which is the shortest book out of the ones that I had picked earlier. So we might be able to finish this. I don't know, but maybe. We'll see. As long as I don't procrastinate. Okay? So let me be on my best behavior. I am feeling energized enough to start this tonight. And then I feel like we should be able to finish it in the morning before I have to go to work. So I'm actually feeling kind of confident that we might be able to do. We might not. Okay. Maybe this is false confidence. I thought I would be reading a lot more than I have already, but maybe. So wish me luck. I'll let you know what it's about once I get started. It says sometimes it's the hunter who's haunted, which sounds cool. But yeah, I'll let you know once I start it. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I have made some progress into The Vanishing Season. I'm on chapter 6, which is apparently like 28% into it, which I'm pretty surprised because I feel like I haven't been reading it for very long. Anyway, so basically, we have a family who has moved into a very old property that they got for some reason that they'd always thought that they were going to just like get rid of. But after the parents lose their jobs and the stability, this, that, and the other, they kind of are forced to move there as a living option. So far, we know that the young daughter is very well behaved, wants to make her family happy, that kind of stuff. And she meets one of the neighbors who is very pretty, very outgoing, very friendly, and who talks about another neighbor who is more quiet, subdued, and possibly a little bit more on the weird side. But as she branches out and meets other people, she learns that both neighbors are kind of weird and has to kind of navigate that. There is more stuff that's going on and more things that are happening, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm struggling a little bit to pay attention. Like I'm getting the main big parts and things that are happening, but I find my mind wandering. And so I don't know how much of that is the book itself. Nothing particularly interesting has really happened yet to really grab my attention in either the writing style or the actual storyline. So I'm just waiting for that, which is kind of a bummer. Basically, I'm not feeling great. But I am also really tired at this point, and so I have paused the book, paused the timer. I'm about to go to sleep, and then tomorrow when I wake up, I have 4 hours to finish the remaining 70% of this? Something like that. So, I actually think I might be able to do it. We'll see. I just have to not procrastinate. And I think what I'm going to do to make sure that doesn't happen is I'm going to wait to start that until I'm like actually ready to read. um, but yeah, wish me luck. I will catch you in the morning and we will continue. And hopefully, something very interesting will happen and I'll be more interested in the book because I feel kind of meh right now, honestly. So. Okay, hi, good morning. So I am continuing with The Vanishing Season. I do think I'll be able to finish this before 24 hours are up, but I'm not I'm not liking it. Like, I'm not disliking it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just kind of like bored. Or actually, there is something wrong with it, but it's like wrong with it in my opinion, not going to be everybody else's opinion. There's just not a clear point, and the things that are happening just feel a little bit on the random side in a way that I'm not interested in. Like, there's just not a clear through line. We keep getting these notes where it'll be like, oh, this thing. And you're like, oh, that's what the point is. And then it just ignores it. And then it'll be brought up. Oh, yes, that thing from a while ago. And it's like, oh, okay, so that really is the thing. We're going to get into that now. And then it just ignores it. And I'm all like, okay, so like, what's the point? I think it's supposed to be about this girl having this experience in this town and what it's like being a teenage, but I don't care. I think that's what it is. It's the summer slash whatever experience of a young teenage girl. And then there's also some kind of like interesting random stuff that just isn't a main focus. And so yeah, I'm like 60% through it right now, and I'm ready for it to be over. I'm gonna have to not talk for too long and waste all of my time. We have what? I was doing some finances. We have 3.5 hours left for the last 40%. I think I'm gonna finish this. I just am not caring. So yeah, just got me some sugar coffee. Gonna possibly go and transfer some video files and get that ready so that I can edit stuff later. Yeah. And I'll let you know my thoughts once I finish it, which I'm not feeling confident. I do not feel like it's going to be a positive feeling when I'm done, unfortunately. So, we'll see. Okay, so I finished the Vanishing season and I didn't like it. Like I didn't like it. I know what it was trying to do is trying to do something different, subvert expectations, show a different whatever. But all I could think is like, what was the point? Why are we doing this? So that I just spent all of this time, you know, reading about this only for this, and this to happen. And I do appreciate what it was trying to do. I don't think it was done well because I'm just annoyed, confused, and disappointed. So yeah, we finished the 4th book. Congrats on that, especially considering I still have 2.5 hours left. Dang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be editing videos though. I am not gonna be listening to another book, I don't think. That does mean we are officially done with the 24-hour reading challenge. I managed to read 5 books for this video and 4 books within the 24 hours, sort of. I feel like I could have read a lot more if I didn't keep getting distracted by other things and procrastinating. But I'm still pretty happy with this. I have 2.5 hours left to spare, so I could start another book, but I'm not going to finish it. So yeah, this is what we've got. I hope you enjoyed. This is a nice spooky start. I did like The Narrow and The Woman in the Library. I would highly recommend both of those. Lake's Edge was I wouldn't recommend the Vanishing season unless that's like your bag, your cup of tea. If you like the meandering, disappointing, I don't have anything nice to say about it. I know some people will like it. Like I said, I appreciate what it was trying to do. I just don't feel like it did it well for me. So I don't know who to recommend that one for. Ooh, I want to give spoilers, but I'm not going to. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you stuck around this far, in honor of the spooky season, include a pumpkin emoji down below. And let me know if you've read any of these or if you have any suggestions of spooky books you would like me to read. Also, be sure, if you're interested, to join the Spooky Readathon with me and the Patreon besties. We'll be doing that October 18th to the 27th, and we will have a special buddy read weekend on the 19th and the 20th, Saturday and Sunday, where we'll be doing reading sprints together, reading Chuck Tingle's Bury Your Gaze. So really excited about this. We had a ton of fun with our last buddy read. This ended up being tied for first place. So that's the book that we're going to be doing. Thank you to everybody who voted. I hope to see you guys there. It's going to be super exciting. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Until then, bye!